everybody. Welcome to Reese Rue's Adventures. I'm on my way home from doing a from South Bend to Chicago and down to North Baltimore. I just got on North 75 heading home. I'm going to go back to South Bend. But I thought I'd tell you some stories while I'm driving. When I started with a company called PTI, Professional Transportation Incorporated, in January of 2014. Now, I never heard of this, but they used Dodge minivans. And there was another van they used, but I don't remember now. But it was mainly Dodge minivans to pick up crews from, we worked out of the Elkhart Freight Railroad Yard. There's a big railroad yard in Elkhart, Indiana. So we worked out of there. But anyway, they hired people to drive the crews to different locations or pick them up wherever they're at. Like the big one was from Elkhart to Toledo, which was a very common one, and so was Elkhart to Cleveland, but they don't do Cleveland anymore. That was a good one. That was a well-paying job. And we go down into Muncie, Indiana, up into Detroit, into Chicago, to Kankakee, Illinois, Fort Wayne, and there was a lot of places in between where we'd have to pick them up. I'd have to drive down this little lane alongside the tracks to go pick up the crew or drop them off or whatever needed to be done. Sometimes I had to take one crew to a train that was stuck somewhere and do what's called a recrew. I'd take a new crew and then I'd take the old crew off the train and take them back to the yard. Sometimes they get stuck out there and they run out of time and they can't move the train anymore, so you have to take a new crew to them. So anyway, there was all kinds of places. We have certain places that we go on a regular basis like that. Like there's a place in LaPorte where we usually recrew at, and there's a few other regular places that aren't too far, but some are right there in South Bend too. There's a small yard right there in South Bend that nobody really works there, but sometimes crews recrew there. So anyway, when I first started driving, I would drive down the toll road. Now maybe it was because I was new and not used to driving that much down toll roads and the turnpikes and everything, the highways. But I swear I saw more semis on fire, flipped upside down in a ditch with his tires up in the air. It kind of reminded me of a palmetto bug in Florida, with his dead palmetto bug with his legs up in the air. That's what it reminded me of. I used to live in Florida a number of years, so I know about dead palmetto bugs. Prefer dead ones over live ones. But I couldn't believe the number of semis I saw on fire. The first one I saw, I had a crew on board, and without thinking, I said, "What is on fire?" Because I could see black smoke. And the guys all jumped up, "Fire, fire!" I said, "Don't worry, it's not us, it's not us. It's over there." I was headed eastbound and was in the westbound lane. But it was a semi, and the tires on both sides, under the fifth wheel, the very back ones, they're doubled, they're double wheels back there, but they were on fire. And when those rubber tires catch on fire, those flames go high, and the flames are going right up the side of the trailer and catching the trailer on fire. It was unbelievable. Another time I was on the toll road. I was almost to Middlebury, and the toll road was shut down, both sides, both ways. There was no place to get off at, none of that. And you could see the smoke billowing up. And since we were stuck there for a couple of hours before we could move, so it was kind of funny. Stuff you see used to see in ships out with the California stuff. People were getting out, walking their dogs, playing, kids were getting out, playing up and down the grassy medium and all that. It was kind of funny. People just hanging out, talking. Everybody was everywhere but in their vehicle. It was in the summer too. But when they finally let us go, they just let the cars go first. The semis all pulled off to the side, and they let the cars go first. And we went down, and they had us make a U-turn in the medium, where a semi had caught on fire. And by the time we got up there was like nothing left of that semi. There was barely the trailer frame, and there wasn't much left of the cab. I don't know if the person that was driving it got hurt or not. I pray to God that they didn't. But, oh my gosh. I could not believe that tractor and trailer had burned to a crisp. There was nothing left of it. Nothing. I tried to take pictures, but it was too hard to do when you're trying to go between water barrels, that they keep you from crashing into the other side or whatever. But you had to squeeze through a couple of water barrels to make a U-E to go back to the exit that we had passed. I don't remember what exit it was now. But oh my gosh, I just could not believe all the trucks that I saw, especially through the winter, off on the side of the road, up a steep hill, or flipped over, or got entangled with a car. I don't know why people mess with semis. I don't understand. But anyway, in the medium, flipped over, the trailer load all over the road. There was one semi, that was by Elkhart, that was carrying white paint. I don't know what happened, but that load ended up all over the pavement. There was white paint there for a long time. But after saying all that stuff, my dad was a semi driver for most of his adult life. He retired 3 times from driving truck, and I think every time he retired, he went back to work. He got a smaller truck to drive, but it was kind of funny. But anyway, I went to his house. He was still alive then. I went to his house, and I went in there, and I said, how in the world did you survive out there all those years? Because he never had those kind of crazy accidents. I don't remember him ever talking about jackknifing or none of that stuff, or going off the road. I don't know. I don't know if there were just so many inexperienced drivers at the time that they didn't know what they were doing or what the deal was, but I just could not believe the number of semis I saw crashed or on fire or something. But I don't know if I'm getting used to it or what, because it's been like 10 years now, and I don't see as many as I used to. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting used to it. But anyway, I always thought that was amazing when I first started driving, at the number of semis I would see crashed or on fire or whatever. Oh, then there was another time I was driving to Willard, Ohio, and I kind of knew it going there, and I kind of knew the right way to go, but just for grins, I thought I'd follow the GPS, because it always wanted you to turn left when you got off the toll road, go down this other road. That's not the way you go, but I just thought for grins, I'll just go that way, just to see. Sometimes I'll take a direction just to see. So I'm driving down that road, and 3 deer jumped out in front of me. I wish I'd have had a camera on that. Oh my gosh, somehow, don't ask me how, I drove between 2 of those deer, and I missed all 3 of them. God was looking out for me that time, I swear. And the guys couldn't believe it either. They were applauding me and all kinds of stuff. I I always thought that was kind of funny. Well, I'm still northbound on 75. It's not very far up here to get on the turnpike. It's just south of Toledo. But I'll be there shortly. Oh, I had another story I wanted to tell you. Just one brain did. It was a fun story, too. Give me a minute. I'll think of it. So hope you guys are all doing good today. And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. There was a lot of fog this morning, but it has finally cleared up. The fog never doesn't bother me too much. It probably should more than it does, but sometimes I'm too brave for my own good. Well, I'm gonna let you guys rest for a little bit. Okay, I finally remembered the other story. When I first started that first year in 2014, we had a really soggy spring. It had rained a lot. Some of the farmers got some of their fields plowed, but they didn't get them all plowed. But we had a lot of rain, and I would always drive up and down the toll road and the turnpike going in and out of Ohio, and there was a big, huge field that was plowed. You couldn't stay at the farmhouse because it was so far, back off the toll road. But all of a sudden, there was this little pickup truck that was stuck in the mud. Well, they, trying to drive out there, and with it being so wet and soggy, their truck got stuck. So I don't know. It sat there for almost a week because I go up and down there several times a week. So about it might have been longer than 3 or 4 days, but anyway, within about a week, all of a sudden there was a tractor out there by it that got stuck too. So the guy had both his pickup truck and his tractor stuck out there in that field, and they were there for at least 2 weeks, maybe closer to 3 before somebody got those out of there. But I always thought that was funny. He got both his tractor and his truck stuck in the field. I bet he was cussing all the way back to the farmhouse, and that was a long way. Well, y'all have a good day, and God bless you, and be sure to always have fun. Love you. Bye.